everyone, it's Chara here. I've been getting a lot of questions on how I made my Flowey prop, so I just wanted to do a little quick video for you guys to kind of show you an in-depth analysis of how I made him and to let you know that you can make him too. Alright, so let's get started. First question I got that I actually have a small Instagram video on is how the faces work, and they actually are just magnetic. So they have magnets on the back of them. This is one of those cutout magnetic sheets that you can actually print on. You can pick them up at like any craft store for, I think I got mine for like $6, so not too bad. Comes with one big sheet. I think it actually came with two, and it's a huge like 8.5 by 11, and so I can actually make more faces if I wanted to. Majority of Flowey is actually made of craft foam. So the faces are the thick, I think it's like 5mm craft foam. They come in the smaller squares, they don't have the large sizes of these. So that runs about, I think it's like $1.50 to $2 for a single sheet. But again, you can get maybe about 4 faces out of that. I've only made 2. And then the petals are also made out of craft foam. I think this isn't the thinnest kind, it's the next one up. I think this is 3mm, so there's a 2, a 3, and a 5. So this is the 5, this is a 3, and on the back I used the 2. So if I turn them around here for you, you can see this was made out of the thinner. So this is the 2mm craft foam painted. For the petals, I made the initial shape and I cut it a little bit, made like a little triangle, and then glued that part together so it actually gives the petal a bit of a rounded shape. And then I actually heat shaped each of these to give it a little bit more of a curve. If you just kind of glue it together right here at the point, it really, like, you can tell it points, but if you heat it up with either a hairdryer or a heat gun, or preferably not over an open flame, you don't want to catch anything on fire, you can actually heat shape the foam to do what you want. And that same thing goes for the back here too. To give it this curve, I just heated it up and then curled it in, let it set for a little bit, and then once it cools down it keeps its shape. So that's why I love working with craft foam. So he's a little wobbly, but back here I have, this is that soft, squishy styrofoam. I got these, there are 2 cylindrical pieces that I got actually out of a shoebox packaging for boots. So sometimes when you get tall boots and they fold over, there's a little piece of styrofoam they stick in between there to help cushion the boot, and so I actually used that. So my recent boot purchase allowed me to create the stem for Flowey. Inside of the styrofoam is just an aluminum wire. You can pick it up in the jewelry section of a craft store. So I ran that through to kind of be able to give it a bend and to hold its shape, and so it's pretty sturdy. I did not like the connection point that I had going on, so I just put some masking tape around there. Same thing up here, it's just masking tape, and then I just painted over the whole thing. The base is just styrofoam. You can see the aluminum wire there on the inside where I stuck it through. So styrofoam, and this is just brown felt. I added some black paint to it to give it a little more depth. The pot itself I just picked up from the dollar store, so this was, I actually got 4 or 5 of these for $1. They're pretty good. These ones are a little flimsy, so here's this other face. I'll go over this in a second. And the speaker. I actually added some Warbler on the inside. There's some felt at the bottom there as well. Added some Warbler on the inside so to strengthen the walls, because without that Warbler in there it is super thin, and I didn't want it to collapse on itself. So here's the speaker. This is a little Bluetooth speaker that I picked up from a store in my town called Big Lots. It was $10 and it's super loud, so it works perfectly. So that goes in the bottom, bases can go on top, and then the styrofoam base is, like I said, it's only about an inch and a half thick, and that just sticks right on top, and that's how it holds together. Alright, going over this face, you guys have seen this before. So this is what the face looks like. For each face, you can, I don't know if you can tell very well on this camera, but I actually dremeled the eyes and the mouth to give it some depth. So that's why I liked using the 5mm craft foam. So I sanded down and dremeled the edges to give it more of a round shape so it's not just cut. And then dremeled the eyes and mouth to, so there's some depth to it. I really like that. For this guy though, I went a little overboard and decided to make him light up. So I used some LEDs, some red LEDs for the eyes. So that's what the face looks like. I love it. To show you the back, so here's the magnet for it. I actually had to cut out the area for the LED so I can mess with it and get to the battery. For this one, I actually had to add, I don't know if you can tell, but an extra piece of craft foam because I wanted to sandwich the battery in between two pieces of craft foam. I didn't have to, but I wanted to. So this one's a little bit thicker than the other one. So basically, I have two LEDs here. The negative legs are shoved into that second layer of craft foam, underneath that craft foam, underneath the battery, and then the two positive legs here are crossed on the top, and I have a tiny little piece of Warbler that I use as like the battery door. So to prevent it from activating, if I can get it on there, I just put the Warbler in between the battery and the legs. That stops it. And then to have it light up, I just make sure the legs are crossed, and then I push them down with the Warbler and then stick the Warbler in between the two, this one's flickering because it's not fully connected all the way, but push the Warbler in between the two layers of craft foam, which helps push down the battery and connect everything together to get it to light up. So it's really simple. I get all my LEDs from a site called Tata Electronics. They have great prices on wholesale LEDs and wires and pretty much anything I use for my electronics. Yeah, so the LEDs are about 10 cents a piece. Craft foam, $2 for the 5mm. I think they're like 89 cents for the 2 and 3mm, and I only used like half a sheet of the 2 and a full sheet of the 3. So in total, like, this thing maybe cost me $15 at most just to create Flowey and himself. And then again, the Bluetooth speaker was $10, so maybe $25. So it's really cheap and really easy to make. Craft foam is super wonderful to be able to make things with. I love it. I use it for armor all the time. And yeah, so that's how I made Flowey. If you guys have any questions about him or any of my other props or cosplays I make, feel free to ask. I'm always open to taking questions, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!